So I wanted to kind of just do like a tour of the boat because I did a lot of projects over the last few months, and just kind of talk about everything I've changed over the last year I've had the boat. So I'll start at the very front. We got a spade anchor, and this is my smaller one, my lighter one, because I don't want a whole lot of weight when I'm crossing the ocean. And then up here we got a spotlight, and I got that working again. That's for coming into mooring fields. It really lights up all the rocks and buoys and stuff that aren't lit already. And a little back here we have the jib, which I've done a bunch of patches on, so that's all in good shape now. I replaced the lifelines with Dyneema. I got those spliced in. We did replace the navigation lights twice. I got this really beastly electric windlass, and I rebuilt that. I put a downhaul for the spinnaker pole. You'll notice there's no tow rail like the normal Cape Dories have, because I took it off. The glass over this joint was leaking, and to replace it, instead of like screwing a bunch of holes in, I put this 1x4. It might be temporary. I want to paint it eventually, but just to kind of keep myself from falling off. A little further back here, we got my whisker pole, which I have on this track system that kind of gets it out of the way, and also it's kind of a nice handhold when you're going forward. And then this is the port light I put in, so I can see what's in front of me. I got my jack line so I can stay clipped in all the way to the front of the boat. And then coming back to the mast, well, first we got the rigging. We got a new bronze chain plates that are just way overbuilt. I got the rig a little tightened up. I redid a bunch of the varnish over here, added a spinnaker halyard. I moved all the other halyards inside the mast, which has really been nice, but they don't catch around the mast steps. I put these mast steps in last year. I have a backup spinnaker pole too, because I broke one, so now I got two, redundancy. And if I lose the mast, hopefully I'll keep one of those I could use as a kind of a jury rig to set that up. Going back a little further, we got the sail pack. I built this. I got these pockets here for holding like reefing lines and winch handles where you need them at the mast. And then going back to here, well, someone had added this mid-sheet traveler. I really like it. It works really good. And then I added this Dodger. It's just plywood with fiberglass over it and acrylic windows. I added these. I scavenged these off another boat just to have hard rails, just to make it easier for mounting things back here, and maybe stiffen it up a little bit. I got these huge solar panels, 100 and 75 watts each. I have two of them, and then on them I have a little bimini that can connect these when I want to get out of the sun. These are mounted with 3D printed brackets onto my arch back here. And this thing I found on another boat, and it is super solid. And on that I also mount these little mirrors, and that's so I can see what's in front of me when I'm sitting, laying down backwards or down in the cockpit. I can look up and see what's in front of me. I kind of resurfaced the winches just recently. Added some extra blocks for my spinnaker. In the cockpit I got these, I glued this foam down here, and that it makes it so it doesn't fall off when I'm out sailing, and it's comfortable enough to lay down on. I got my big fenders here. I kind of use as backrest also when I'm sailing. We've added this Dorade vent for ventilation for the motor. We need to do a box for it with that one day. And at the back here we got a Windvane. It's the Wind Pilot Pacific, and that steers the boat without any power. I've got some extra spare anchor mounts here and here, and two extra chain lockers for those. I've got some covers to cover up the engine controls here. That was a recent addition. I got the dinghy motor mount. It's electric trolling motor, works great. I built a bunch of bags for just organizing things, letting them dry out. We got mesh in them, lots of bags all around here. I built these doors. They make going in and out so much easier, not having to slide those hatch boards in and out. And they're pretty solid, but not quite as strong as hatch boards. So if I get like some following seas in a storm or something, I can also always put the hatch boards in and just have it really locked down. Right here I got the antenna for my Iridium Go. I use a phone for my navigation. I got just an iPhone, and I've got two of them with Navionics, all the map charts I need to go. Let's see, anything else back here? Of course, the boat's a Cape Dory 28, 1979, tiller steering, masthead sloop, and this been a great boat, and I think it'll be great for taking across the Atlantic. All right, warming up the motor, time to untie the lines. I got this from the boat. Okay. Just pull out of the slip. Say goodbye to my buddy Cody, who was at the marina I was staying at a few weeks ago. Today is June 5th. It's about 11 a.m. Not much wind at all, maybe 3 knots of wind. I think we'll probably do a lot of motoring today, just until we get out into the ocean. I'm feeling really excited about this trip. I've been working really hard to get to this point. I feel really confident in the boat and in myself. I got about 7 hours of sleep last night. I'm feeling good. We are at Pecan Grove Marina in Oriental, North Carolina. We're 3 miles into the trip, about 45 minutes off the dock. I put a little sunshade up because it was beating down on me pretty good. And I just shut off the motor because we're at our first little hiccup. I was kind of making a rattling noise, and I noticed the belt was loose and the alternator was kind of wiggling around. I think this, that's super loose. So let me see if I can get that tightened up again so we can keep on going. I mean, it was actually working, but it's not really ideal. This thing is super loose. Both of the bolts were, but now we got the belt's nice and tight. Okay, that should stay in place. That was an easy fix. It only took about 15 or 20 minutes. There, that rattling noise is gone. This was probably the perfect place for it to happen. Way out here where there's no wind. Nothing else gonna get blown into or anything. Now we're moving. Engine sounds way better. The wind just started, so I pulled out the jib. That got us an extra knot. I might even be able to kill the motor in just a second. I'm gonna wait to put up the main until we get a little further because I think the channel is gonna turn and we'll be going directly upwind in a very narrow channel. It's been a while since I sailed through here. I don't quite remember how it goes. So I rested the motor and it looks like it's looking a little cloudy up there. Seeing a few small little raindrops. It's kind of gusty in this channel. I might have to turn the motor on. Yeah, more wind than I thought we'd have today. Starting to rain. Staying nice and dry under here though. It's really coming down now. Just about made it to the end of the creek. I'm gonna stop at the fuel dock in Beaufort and see if I can top off the diesel just so I have as much as I can possibly carry in case I end up needing the motor for a few calm days. We're still up inside the end of the trip. All right, making one last stop just to top off the fuel tanks in Beaufort on this big 100-foot yacht. Just settled up on fuel. I was able to fit another almost 5 gallons in the tank, and now I gotta wait around for the tide to switch. I can see the anchor and maybe find a dock I can tie off at. So I need to wait for the tide to change, so the current will be with us going out the inlet. So I've just anchored here in Beaufort with all the other kind of transient boats. I was trying to ask if I could find a free dock for a second, but I came up short. But that's okay, because we'll just be here for like an hour and a half, I think around 6:30. So while I was waiting for the tide to change, I just edited this video because this is probably going to be the last time I'll have internet, so I'm going to go ahead and upload this now. If you would like to follow along with my progress, just to see my GPS points, I have a tracker. It's at samholmessailing.com, and there's a link for tracking, or you can type /tracking. If the tracker isn't updating, it's probably nothing bad if I just forgot to turn it on, or it doesn't have signal, or is out of battery or something. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll make it. And then after Bermuda, I'll be sailing to the Azores. There's a chance I might skip Bermuda and just keep on sailing to Azores. So if it looks like I'm not gonna make Bermuda, don't worry either. I just want to say, I guess, big thanks to everybody on the Patreon who's helped make this possible. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.